Real quick before the video starts, there are some content warnings for this game. Alcohol and tobacco, mentioned and depicted. Cheating/infidelity, mentioned and depicted. Domestic and emotional abuse is mentioned. Depression and post-traumatic stress disorder is mentioned. Homicide, blood and guns, mentioned and depicted. Homophobia, gender and racial discrimination, mentioned and depicted. Mental health issues and institutionalization, mentioned and depicted. Stalking, mentioned and depicted. Wrongful conviction/imprisonment, mentioned and depicted. The French language, mentioned and depicted. Hello everybody, and welcome to my first full playthrough of This Bed We Made. I suck at mystery games just because I do not remember what happens between sessions. But if I make videos of it, I can just review what I've already done. It's absolute cinema. So let's dive right in. This game takes into account all of my actions, including the ones I decide not to take. These choices will determine my fate and the fates of others around me. Proceed with caution.
Come on now, miss. Let's keep moving.
I can barely move my camera.
It's on your right. Here.
I just have to keep going?
Here we are.
The door was open. Maybe I should have listened in on those other conversations. Get all the good tea.
She's all yours, sir.
Sophie Roy.
Oh god,
I'm
that's
Detective
laggy.
Maurice Tremblay.
Okay, I lowered the
Let's see.
graphics.
21 years old, working at the Clarendon for over a year. Husband?
I'm sorry?
Are you
Husband?
married?
No, not yet. I live with my mother. She's sick, so I have to take care of her.
No father.
No, it's always just been me and my mom.
All right, Miss Roy. I need you to tell me everything that happened, starting with this morning.
Au parc La Fontaine, les filles s'en vont et s'y promènent au bras des garçons. Tu les entraînes au cœur des buissons où elles étrennent l'amour en saison. Tu les enchaînes.
I love it when there's
dans
different
un
style
doux
choices for where you are on a timeline.
car dans les frissons naissent toujours les plus belles chansons d'amour. Au clair de la fontaine, j'ai vu dans tes yeux mille couleurs. Quand la claire fontaine s'amusait au jeu de nos deux cœurs.
Vacuuming's done. Now just a bit of tidying up and I can go on break.
Longtemps de ce vieux parc, la fontaine, tu dans tes grands yeux, m'offrirais un jour la plus belle chanson d'amour. Doux souvenir de ce printemps qui fit fleurir tous nos 16 ans.
Good enough.
Dis-moi,
Good enough. I put my whole
That's
pussy
a
into
lot of
that.
money to owe. Just what did you get yourself involved in?
Acknowledgement of debt. For January 16th of 58. Initial loan was January 2nd of 57. The last name of the first person was Mayhew. I can't read the second one at all. The initial amount was $1,500. Future me, put up the conversions for all these monies. Amount overdue 3,500. Sheesh. On the date of the initial loan, the lender agreed to lend an amount of money, the sum of $1,500, to the borrower for an enduring period of 12 months, calculated from the date of the initial loan. The borrower was obligated to pay an interest rate of like 15%. Might be more because that's smudged. Per annum, total sum of said interest to be paid together with the capital sum of the granted loan and by the loan's payment in loan period's end. With the loan period reaching its conclusion July 2nd of 1957, the borrower was expected to have repaid the full amount owed. The failure to do so will prompt further action. Refer to page 3 for further details. Anything on the back? Smudges? I love being nosy. You know me. You know my family. You've had a seat at our bar since the day we opened in '49. You're more than a friend to us. You're practically family. Ah! And while friends are polite to each other, family deserves more. Family deserves honesty. As such, I want to be direct as possible in letting you know that you're down to your last chance. The $8,380 you owe us, plus 25% interest, is now 8 months overdue. Jeez, this guy's scamming everyone. My patience is worn thin. This isn't like one of your unpaid bar tabs. You come to us for help, and help always comes at a price. We've opened our pockets to you time and time again, and all you've done is take advantage of our goodwill and generosity. We'll come over in person to make our collection tomorrow. I'll be bringing along the boys so we can all sit down and have a little chat. But just so you know, they ain't too good with words. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Mapleson, regretful as we are to have to resort to these lines of communication, our client and your neighbor, the owner of 88 32nd Street, has been ultimately evasive of our many attempts to reach out and collect our due debts, specifically to the amount owed to us for the sum of $1,904.75. He's given us little recourse but to contact him through those in close physical proximity to him in hopes that they can deliver the message on our behalf. We have little desire to disturb you and the other fine citizens of 32nd Street, but our business may bring us back to your neighborhood if it is not resolved quickly. The help of your kind community would be greatly appreciated for us and certainly for your neighbor. Kindly, Lucky Coin Financing. This one's been stepped all over. Clean up. Oh, a little menu.
You brought your own mug?
Aw, they're a dad.
I guess ours aren't quite as complimentary.
Oh, there's teddy
I'm
bears.
guessing you've seen better days, but you're obviously still important to someone.
Oh, these look homemade. Either that or home repaired. Man, this one is really well loved. The kid's bed
Nothing
wasn't
like a well-made
unmade.
bed.
I don't want to put that away just yet. Let's clean up this beautiful, probably crime scene.
And voila. Good as new.
I can't clean that. Shoehorn. Anything to clean in here? Come on, there's gotta be stuff in the drawers. I want to be nosy. I like how all the mirrors are tipped down. I have a feeling that was to reduce resources. I don't see anything else obvious that needs cleaned.
Only menswear. Are you in town for a business trip, maybe?
Ah. Well, I think that's everything I can do here. Oh, I could have cleaned that mirror. I think. That guy was in debt for so much money.
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
Yeah, it creeps me out. Imagine all the weirdos who'll start hanging around the hotel.
I can think of someone who'll feel right at home. Look at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she has any real friends? Or is it just Gracie, Joan, and Marilyn?
Well, when your own life is that dull, you need to get your excitement somewhere. Oh, did you see Rebecca come in this morning? She was wearing the same clothes.
Now, don't you think you're overreacting? This is exactly the kind of behavior Linda warned me about.
She's doing everything she can to break us apart.
Sophie speaking.
Hey, it's Beth. Do you think you could come up real quick?
Sure. I'll be right there.
You're right, you shouldn't.
No, really right after you wine.
Is... Oh, it is working. Okay.
Let's see what Beth wanted to talk about. Tempting, but every penny adds up. Now's not the time to pick up smoking, Sophie.
Okay, so my character doesn't
Jack.
smoke.
Leaving luggage in the lobby? Are you trying to get Bernard to kill you? Oh, Jacques. Leaving luggage in the lobby?
Oh,
Are
Jacques.
you trying? This leak really needs to be fixed. I hope the weather doesn't make it worse.
19 arrested in Deviate Road raid. Montreal police arrested 19 people in an early Saturday raid at Marnie's Lounge located in Stanley Street in downtown Montreal. The establishment owned by Emmanuel Liberté is a known hangout for sexual deviance. Is this about gay people? Come on. Montreal City employee, a court official, and 2 teachers were among those seized, according to official reports. Lieutenant Sullivan, oh man, they're really making me, like, think how to pronounce literally every single word. Sullivan G says he plans to send letters to schools employing the arrested teachers. School principals, parents, and fellow teachers should prevent people from being in such close contact with the youngsters, he said. It is everybody's responsibility to protect their children. Lieutenant G also promised an investigation would be open on Liberté. I want to say it's Liberté and not Liberty. Who already has a criminal record to his name. Continuing on page 3. Major snowstorm paralyzes city. Montreal's paralyzed by its winter's 5th and most important snowstorm. 15 inches of snow are expected until the end of the day. The last major storm back in January had covered the city with 12 inches of snow. Sounds like, well, I guess Ohio doesn't get this deep of snow. It's probably more of a Michigan thing. The storm started yesterday with 6 inches falling during the day. That sounds like Ohio. And 6 more during the night. Violent winds created giant snowbanks all over the city. Many drivers ignored police warnings and decided to take their cars out at their own risk, resulting in several accidents. Trains from the United States are expected to be delayed for up to 3 hours. At Dorval Airport, most departures have been canceled, while arrivals are delayed or diverted altogether. Shop owners against the new mental hospital. A group of downtown Montreal businessmen and shop owners met with Mayor Sardo Fournier last weekend to air their grievances concerning city's recent decision to allow construction of a new mental hospital in Dorschner Boulevard. William Weston, manager of Weston's department store, said he and his group will fight tooth and nail to prevent the hospital's construction. Will our customers feel safe to come downtown for their shopping needs, knowing there are lunatics next door, he said. Continued on page 8. While mental hospitals at that time were, like, super fucking bad, like, there's a big need for mental health. It's a shame that everybody decides to just sweep everything under the rug instead of actually, like, giving good, good practice, medical practice. Another bloody Valentine's Day concluded in horror last Friday with the murder of an Outermont resident. A worried neighbor called the authorities at 11:15 p.m. after hearing loud shouts from next door. When the police arrived, they found the lifeless body of a 34-year-old man. Authorities have refused to identify the victim or provide any details about the circumstances of his death. No suspect has been apprehended yet, but Deputy Lieutenant Maurice Tremblay asked anyone with information to come forward as soon as possible. Continuing on page 14. God, there's a lot of French. I forgot this is Canada. Does your personal hygiene worry you? Are those worries bothering your husband? Stop worrying and save your marriage with Lysoil. Lysoil? Lysoil is an indispensable aid to marriage hygiene. Millions of women use it regularly to safeguard their beauty and avoid undesirable surprises. It's penetrative and effective even in the presence of organic matter. Is this like a spermicide? What? You need to use Lysoil today so you can stop worrying about your hygiene and focus on more important things such as pleasing your hard-working husband. Leaf oil has been endorsed for more than 60 years by scientists, medical professionals, and many other men who have women's hygiene at heart. A Leaf Oil Corporation product. I'm gonna look up and see if there's a product like that from the time. But who knows? I might forget and be lazy when I'm editing this.
Poor Nicole. No one should be stuck cleaning up.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep. What?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
I think they're doing it in a broom closet.
You said you needed me?
Oh, straight to business then.
Sorry, it's just a busy day.
I get it. It's been non-stop for me this morning too. Wanna guess why I summoned you here?
I don't know.
I'm guessing there's something I have to clean?
Obviously. But what is it?
Did a kid throw up again?
God, no. Did that happen recently?
Yeah, last week. I can still smell it. Feel it, too. While I was cleaning, some of it got...
I'm gonna stop you right there. Keep talking and you'll be cleaning up after me, too.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you'll be glad to know it's nothing gross this time.
Thank God.
A nice gentleman decided it was time to redesign the lobby and helped us by knocking over that vase on his way out of the hotel.
That's it?
I would do it myself, but the last time I tried to leave the front desk, Bernard emerged from his lair to scold me about procedures and whatnot.
No problem.
We can't have the beauty of the Clarington Hotel take absence from her throne, can we?
Oh, the people would riot.
Bernard especially.
Bernard's hardly the people. Anyway, I have to get back to work. There's a mop in the supply closet next to Bernard's office, I think.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Beth's banter. Even if it's for only a few minutes out of my day, my chats with Beth are always a highlight. She called me up to clean up a mess by one of her guests, which gave us a chance to catch up. I don't think I met someone who could make conversation so effortless. Beth has a witty response for everything. It's too bad maids aren't actually allowed in the lobby. Chatting with her every day would be a great way to start my morning. Oh, that's sad. I heard Wendy and Jacques were arguing in the break room from the sounds of it. Linda got to Jacques' head and convinced him that Wendy was flirting with some of our guests. I couldn't believe it. Anyone who's been around them for more than a minute could see how much Wendy loves Jacques. She'd never do that to him. Some days I'm convinced the Clarington is haunted. It's not that I believe in ghosts normally, but that there have been too many incidents for me to rule out the possibility completely. Just this morning, I was waiting for the elevator on the 5th floor, and I heard a loud bang behind me, like someone shutting a door, but with more force than I've ever heard a person use. I look around, but there is no one to be seen. Am I just imagining things? Beth has been the hotel receptionist for as long as I can remember. In fact, hers was the first face that welcomed me when I took my first step inside the Clarington. She knows this place like the back of her hand. Beth can be fiery, which doesn't win her much love from Bernard, but most guests adore her for her magnetic personality, and that's something Bernard can plainly see. We don't get the chance to chat as often as I like, but when we do, it's always a blast. I only wish I had even half of her wit so I could entertain her as much as she entertains me. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it whenever gal pals hang out. Bernard is the Clarington's manager, the big boss. He spends most of his days locked in his office and doesn't like the maids roaming around outside their posts, so our paths don't cross often. Lately, he's been hell-bent on getting the hotel back into shape, whatever that means, and there have been a lot of changes around here as a result. He's enforcing employee rules more strictly than ever and dropping God knows how much money in renovations. The stress is practically radiating off of him. Linda is the Clarington's governess, Bernard's second in command, and it's easy to see why. She rules over the maids with an iron fist, always ready to enforce Bernard's latest rules to the letter. Most of them hate her for this, but my feelings are a bit more mixed. For whatever reason, she seems to have a soft spot for me. Good. The same cannot be said for Wendy, unfortunately. It's like she's made it her life's mission to break up Wendy and Jacques' relationship, and I'm worried that her latest efforts may have succeeded. Oh, that's why they were arguing. Wendy is a waitress at the hotel's restaurant. She and her best friend Yvette were hired together, and they used to be inseparable until 3 or 4 months ago. It's no coincidence that this was around the time Wendy started dating Jacques. Ooh. The bellboy, whom she is now happily engaged. That is, depending on who you ask. Linda seems to think that Wendy is the Clarington's residential flirt. Sure, she's popular with guests and collects the most tips by far, but I've always chalked that up to the same thing that has drawn me to her, that warm smile that just radiates kindness. Linda is not convinced, though. She seems to have taken it upon herself to expose Wendy for who she really is, right? Jealous much? True. Jacques is one of the Clarington's bellboys. I don't know much about him. He's even more shy than I am, barely looking up at guests when carrying their luggage. People like us just need someone to bring us out of our shells, and apparently for Jacques, that person is Wendy. He's like a completely different person around her. He lights up, laughs, and even cracks jokes. I was so happy that he found Wendy, and even happier when he proposed. They're like the Clarington's very own Janet and Tony. I don't know who that couple is. I'll have to ask my mom. But it seems their engagement is in peril thanks to Linda's meddling. Standing strong, Jacques, don't fall for her manipulations. Mama always means well, but life hasn't dealt her the best hand of cards. She doesn't talk to me very much about her time as a nurse during the war, but I always wondered what kind of person she was before that harrowing chapter of her life. It's just the two of us at home. Mom had bad luck with keeping jobs, and she finds it hard to be around people, so she stays at home most of the time. At least she's never missed an episode of The Wild Orchard. On her good days, she can manage on her own, but on her bad days, well, I do my best to be there for her. Wow, I am literally this character whenever it comes to the relationship with their mom. My mom was a nurse. They ran her into the ground, essentially, at her old hospital. And she had to retire early to get on disability so that, she wasn't practically dying every shift. She literally had, like, a pulmonary embolism, and that really put the nail in her career. And now I help her out. Dad left when I was 2 years old. I haven't seen him since. Mom doesn't say much, so I stopped asking. Not so much on the dad thing. My dad did pass away when I was 20, though. What's here?
Linda's been putting these everywhere lately. It's weird that Bernard allows it.
Protect the family. Say no to divorce. You can be divorced against your will. Women and children suffer most in divorce. You lose your succession rights in divorce. The wife's pension rights are lost in divorce. You lose your right to family and to the family home in divorce. Issued by the Divorce Oversight Committee. I mean, yeah, you have to share your assets, but you're more likely to...
Are you
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff? Would that be a good reason?
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Let's get to know our
Yeah.
coworkers.
They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Good God. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I don't know how you do it.
And I don't know how you handle cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
A few months ago, I found stacks of pennies in a room's toilet. Like, a lot of them.
What?
And when I got to the bed, the pillowcases were filled with pennies as well. I'm still not sure if that guest simply had a strange way of leaving a tip.
Maybe it was a penny robbery. Oh, I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to...
Yeah, all right. Take care.
You too.
As if it wasn't enough having to deal with endless letters of advice from Raymond.
Raymond? What does he want?
He wants me to lower room prices. Make sure the hotel stays accessible to everyone.
Oh, I can hardly believe you two are from the same family. In the States, you'd be sent to jail for those communist ideas. I hope you're not considering listening to him.
Of course not.
That's the kitchen. Where's the mop?
Can't leave that puddle in the lobby. That's just asking for trouble.
No. Always close the doors behind you. Very important. What if a guest sees the broom? Scandalous.
Sorry about that. I'll have a word with our kitchen staff to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Oh, there's more to read. Oops, so Andrew caught me eavesdropping on Bernard and Linda, who once again was complaining about Wendy. Thankfully, he didn't make a big deal out of it. He doesn't seem like the kind of judge. He's actually quite nice, easy to talk to, fun to tease, and funny in his own quiet way. I hope I get a chance to talk to him more. I get the sense that there's a lot more to him than he willingly shows. Maybe this could be a love interest for my character. This is not a dating game. Andrew is a concierge and receptionist for the Clarington. He's intelligent, professional, kind, and well-mannered, which easily makes him Bernard's favorite, but he knows how to have fun when no one is looking. Whenever I see him, he's either dashing off on his latest errand or buying himself a book. So we haven't had a lot of chances to socialize at length. When we do, though, it always feels easy, like talking to someone perfectly attuned at your wavelength. Ooh! Maybe I should ask him for some book recommendations. It would be nice to have some more reasons to talk to him. Get in there, girl.
A film roll? The guest must have dropped it when he knocked over the vase. Probably should return it to him. Ew. I better throw that away.
What does this say? There? Something?
There's still some junk lying around.
How do I scroll with middle mouse to cycle through interactions? Oh.
Now I just put the leaves back in the vase, and it'll be like nothing ever happened.
Somebody just left their hat in the lobby. Someone that's good at chess put in the next move for black. It's another divorce propaganda.
I understand, Mr. Ramsey. I wish I could make the snowstorm disappear. I really do, but sadly, that's not within my power.
Beth, who knocked over that vase?
Mr. Spade.
Mr. Spade?
Well, I can check with the airport and let you know when flights resume. Until then... Yes, I know. You've said that already. But... no, that's very unlikely.
So, which room are you staying in, Mr. Spade?
Well, you're welcome to speak to my manager if you'd like. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to talk to you. Well, for that you'd have
505.
to talk to the manager.
Need
Would you like
a
to contact him?
piece of paper.
Sadly, he doesn't have a phone. He's a
Mr.
bit of an
Spade.
old-fashioned fella, if you know what I mean.
505.
Yes, certainly. So first I suggest finding a nice little corner where you can kneel down.
Bernard still leaves these around the front desk?
Clasp your hands together.
Guess he didn't hear Beth when she swore she'd burn the place to the ground next time she had to suffer through one of his sermons.
Repeat his name too. It's God, G-O-D. I'm sure he'll be very sympathetic to your plight. Making fun of you, sir.
I'll visit the restaurant later.
No, I'm dead serious. If anyone can make the snowstorm end, it's him. Hello?
While cleaning up the mess in the lobby, I found a roll of film on the ground. I'm guessing whoever knocked over the vase must have dropped it but with Beth's help, maybe I can figure out who it belongs to and return it to their room. We usually keep lost items at the front desk, but bringing it back myself would only take a few minutes out of my day. Might put me a few steps closer to Employee of the Month.
Beth said the guest was a Mr. Spade. The film roll probably belongs to him. I should be able to find his room in the logbook.
I'll clean things up as I see them. Why not? It's just like a real job.
Where am I going? I need to get back to the logbook and find Mr. Spade's room number.
Oh, I have to actually click on it, I guess. And he is in 505.
Room 505. Great. That's on my floor. I can return that film roll without going out of my way.
I felt bad bugging Beth while she was in the middle of an important phone call, but like always, she came through. The logbook says Mr. Spade's room is 505. I was just in the middle of taking care of the 5th floor before my break. I can return the film and get right back on schedule.
I should go to the 5th floor to return Mr. Spade's film roll.
God, that's laggy.
Hold it, please. Phew, made it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Was it you who cleaned the puddle by the restrooms?
Was I not supposed to?
Well, Eugene asked us not to touch anything until he's repaired the leak, but it's probably safer this way. Someone could have slipped on it.
Which floor?
I got an achievement.
6th. Thanks.
What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest.
Shaved
the one who
ice.
rented the entire floor.
Oh, is it that British man I keep hearing about? The girls have been complaining about him ever since he arrived.
Yeah, I'm sure this one has no thoughts for maids. With the dogs he has up there, his room will be a real mess when he's done with it.
Ew.
Dogs? Bernard must really like him if he allowed pets in the building. Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity. I
Lame.
do have a suspicion, though.
Oh?
But I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait, is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough. Have fun up there.
You too.
I like him, but I have a feeling if this is a murder mystery, he is a bad guy.
This must have been so much fun. Well, for the guests, at least.
You are invited to Clarendon's Ball, Friday, February 14th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Formal wear required. Entry includes 1 drink, door prizes, and best dressed contest. Not concert. That's the same newspaper. That's the same note of divorce shit.
Does carrying this everywhere really make us better maids? Bernard seems to think so.
First rule, be invisible. Guests do not want to be disturbed. Accomplish your works as silently and discreetly as possible. Be a shadow. Second rule, be thorough. Leave no stone unturned and no corner unclean. Dust stains, everything must disappear. Third rule, be careful. Sometimes what looks like trash is actually a guest's treasured possession. Be careful as to what you throw away. Partial cleaning. Bathroom. Clean mirror, toilet, and bath. Using towels to... bring used towels to cart. Put clean towels on shelf. Replace toilet paper roll if necessary. Empty garbage can. Throw away trash. This would have been nice to have before finishing up that first room. Room. Clean ashtray if necessary. Scrub stains. Make bed. Empty garbage can. Throw away trash. Complete cleaning. Bed and bathroom. Repeat partial cleaning duties. Vacuum every floor. Dust every surface. Change bed sheets. Note, your governess may ask you to perform other related duties at any moment. .501 is partial. 505 is partial.
Another day, through the bathroom shelf, my friends.
Pick up some towels. Door's already open.
Mr. Spade? Mr. Spade?
think he's in the shower. No, the bathroom door is open. Oh, he's using it as a photo developing room. Oh, he's stalking me. Oh, gross. It's showing me looking through people's stuff. I can't tell what this picture is. I'm gonna throw things away. That's creepy. He's trying to frame me for something. I won't throw away his other stuff. But I'm certainly not letting him get away with that. Should I take his other film? 505 greeted me with a sight I can never have seen coming. A makeshift darkroom filled with pictures of me snooping through guest items. My heart has never beat so quickly. Should I call the police? I bumped into Andrew again on the elevator. From the sounds of it, the VIP guest in the 6th floor has him busy with all sorts of strange requests. I tried to press him for more information, but all he gave me was a cryptic hint like, I like to prolong the suspense. I'm dying to know who it is. Andrew clearly knows how to keep a secret. I'll worry about the rest of this later.
I should bring that back to my cart. Oh, I left the clean towels on my cart.
Clarrington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking. What can I do for you on this very fine day?
Beth,
I like Beth better.
I need your help.
Sophie? What's going on?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Really? I knew it!
You did?
I mean, I knew there was something fishy about him. He just has creep written all over his face, you know? How did you find out?
He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room.
Pictures of you? Doing what?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Sneaky. And Mr. Spade caught you in the act, I suppose?
Yes. I think we should call the police.
Oh.
That's a terrible idea.
But
Sophie, that man has pictures of you running your hands through people's stuff.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
I know, but say a client reports something missing. Those pictures would put a big red target on your back.
Well, I threw them out.
Yeah, not your worst idea, but You found the pictures drying over the bath, right?
Yeah?
I'm no photographer, but I've been in one of those dark rooms before.
You have?
Yeah, I modeled for a while. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, those pictures were developed recently, but it doesn't mean there aren't more.
True.
Well, I didn't look through the entire room, but there is a safe here.
I bet you anything there'll be more pictures in there.
Do you have the safe combination then? I'm pretty sure it's locked.
Give me a minute.
My girl always has me.
Merde. Those idiots.
What?
I can't find the combination list. The night staff's probably lost it again. Anyway, we always ask that clients write down their code somewhere so they don't have to call reception a dozen times. Maybe you can have a look around the room, and I call you if Mr. Creep comes back. You know, so you can get out of there in time.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, and Beth?
Mm-hmm.
Please keep this between us.
Of course.
Ooh.
You're pawning off your possessions? What do you need the money for?
Close.
That's rough. How are you supposed to support yourself when no one will give you a job or a place to live?
$1144.99 maybe?
Locked. There has to be a key somewhere.
That'll make a great thumbnail. Spam is scam.
The oratory. I just went there for the first time and God, it's been years. Has Beaver Lake. I took Mom skating there just a few weeks ago. Harry's Diner, too. Were we ever there at the same time? This was the sale where I found that winter jacket that Mom loves. Were you there, too? Is this a floor of the Clarington? Morgan. Is that your real name? Why did you check in under Mr. Spade? I hope you weren't eating those beans. I'd forget my own head if I didn't write everything down. I guess, request to move to 507. Why did you want to change rooms? What do we have here?
A bibble. I can't clean the stain? He smokes old ports.
combination, no entry.
Dang, I actually have to get into his stuff, don't I? I'm stressed.
You spent 10 years in a psychiatric hospital. And it looks like you left with a long list of diagnoses.
11/11/47, maybe? Can I put the key back? Did I look in here? I did. Fuck. I'm just gonna throw away all this film. What's here? I can't find this fucking combination. Oh.
Could that be a reminder for the safe combination?
Denzi's address. Infantry Division. Pretty sure that was 99. Year of hospital discharge. Ah, fuck. I gotta bounce.
Another day, another dirty dish to pick up. Is he here?
What? No.
Beth, you said you'd call if Mr. Spade was coming back to his room.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. Sorry for the fright.
Oh my god, Beth. I nearly had a heart attack when I heard the phone ring.
I didn't mean for it. I was just so caught up in the thrill of it all. I had to check in. Did you find more pictures of you?
No, I haven't. But I did find something else.
Yeah?
He's got a kind of yarn map of Montreal on the wall.
A yarn map? And where does it lead to?
Lots of places. Most of them I've visited recently.
Merde. What's the deal with this guy?
I think he may be using an alias. I found some evidence that points to his real name being Paul Morgan.
Well, he's certainly not the first man to check into a hotel under a fake name.
Is it really common practice?
It is, when the man in question is married, but the woman accompanying him isn't. Or at least, not to him.
Considering the state of his room, I doubt Mr. Morgan was expecting any visitors.
Did you find anything else?
He seems to be in love with this woman who doesn't love him back.
You mean you?
No, someone else. I found lots of letters addressed to a woman named Lindsay, but she returned them all to sender.
Lindsay, not
unopened.
Dinzy.
Are you sure it's love and not obsession? Maybe he stalked her like he's stalking you.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I find it strange she didn't open the letters before sending them back. I would have had to look at them first.
Of course you would have. So, is that all you found then?
I'll know more once I open the safe.
Oh, so you found the combination?
Yeah, sort of.
I'm impressed. Well done, Arsène Lupin.
What?
Never mind. Don't let me keep you.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Yeah, you better. I won't call again unless Mr. Morgan returns. For real this time.
All right, thanks.
Do I have to actually know the combination? I only wrote down the middle number. Hang on. Year of discharge was 57. Close. And Lindsay's was 34? Oh wait, no. Inspect. Yeah, 34. How do I actually... Oh. 34... 99, 57...
M and H. M and H. Who are they? Are they guests here? You're going through their trash? You really want to find out what M and H are up to, don't you? Why are you following them? And who's sneaking out at night? So many questions.
I think these are more film.
Okay, Sophie, you should probably put this down. Now.
Like I was never there.
Another day, another dirty dish to pick up.
Now...
I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile.
.306. Do I continue my job or do
I
I?
should call reception. M and H could be in danger.
Shit. I might have fucked myself by...
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hold on. Andrew. Andrew. Cover for me, will you?
What's going on?
Hey, Tintin. Just do it. Sorry about that. So, I take it you opened Morgan's safe? What was in it?
Actually, I need your help again.
Yes?
I found out Mr. Morgan isn't only stalking me, but 2 other people as well.
Oh, who are they?
They're guests.
God,
I don't
I'm
know
so
their
into
names,
this.
though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Well, Snoopy, although it may seem like it, I'm not actually clairvoyant, so I'll need something to narrow the search. Do you know anything about them?
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
Well, that could mean a lot of things. It could be their initials, or, I don't know, husband and mistress.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I'll need a little more to go on.
From what I can gather, it seems they're together.
Okay, so they must be staying in the same room.
Do we have a lot of couples at the moment?
Well, yes. It was Valentine's Day last Friday, remember?
Oh.
Oh, indeed. Would you look at that? There's a couple staying in room 509, Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
How are the Cruzes linked to me, though? I mean, why is Mr. Morgan stalking us both?
My guess would be that they're his real target, and you just got in the way somehow. Maybe he saw you snooping around their room.
When did they check in?
Last Thursday.
I haven't been in 509 for over a week, so that can't be it.
Then I really don't know. Do you have room 509 on your to-do list by any chance?
Yes.
I do, actually.
Then maybe you go clean it and have a little look-see?
Yeah, nothing unusual here. Just a maid cleaning a room.
That's my girl.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Just be careful, okay?
I will. I promise. I must have forgotten my keys in the break room again.
That's just a toy. Kid will be back for it. I guess I gotta go downstairs. The elevator music. Oh no. Break room is this way.
Shoot, it's locked. I guess I'll have to get Linda's master key instead. Rebecca's had her hands full lately. I hope she's doing okay in there.
Oh, they're bullying her.
Hypocrite bitch. What did Linda do?
I'm gonna clean this. Linda, my wife will be at her parents tonight, so come by my house at 8 p.m. and make sure you bring the new lingerie I bought you, B. Oh, honey, it'll get better.
I'll just have to make sure I don't forget to return it.
Okay, well...
Right, the master key only unlocks the guests' rooms. I'll have to get my keys later. At least I can get into 509 now.
Honey, are you crying in the bathroom? Oh.
What is it?
Oh, it's Wendy.
It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound alright?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
I was in the break room earlier, and, I couldn't help but overhear your argument with Jacques. I'm sorry he let Linda get to his head. He should be trusting you, not her.
Yeah, well...
I know I wouldn't be your first pick, but I'm here if you need to talk.
Maybe later. I just can't talk about it. I can't talk about it right now. I'm sorry I was rude.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna let you bully your boss, but that's because I want you to keep your job. It's a heat of the moment thing. Hopefully she didn't see it.
Oh, Andrew. I hope someone here shares your passion for reading.
To all employees, as you are probably aware, Valentine's Day is upon us. We're almost completely booked this weekend. I know this is the time for colds, but I will not accept anyone missing a shift in the next few days. I want the rooms cleaner than ever. I also wish to remind you of our continued partnership with Weston's Department Store. Take every opportunity you can to discuss the store for our guest shopping needs. Thanks to this partnership, special prizes from Weston will once again be awarded to the best employee at the end of the month. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I know you're crying, but I'm trying to read. If you see the freak from room 505 loitering around the hotel, please tell him to stop. Bernard says he's scaring some of our guests, Linda. He's scaring more than the guests. Bernard asked me to remind you that we have a very important guest in room 602. Please satisfy any of his needs as quickly as possible and without questions, Linda. Message from Bernard. For Valentine's Day, please leave chocolate on the beds of rooms occupied by married couples only.
Linda, you're not even trying to hide the daggers in your eyes.
I want to say my name is Sophie, but I don't remember. I think it's Sophie.
Being recognized for doing a good job. That feeling never gets old.
Sophie, I've noticed a real improvement in the quality of your work lately. I've heard a few guests saying how clean their rooms are after you go through them. Who knows, maybe you'll manage to steal Employee of the Month award from Wendy. Adrian's legacy.
Haven't gotten any tips so far today.
Hopefully this game isn't like super time sensitive.
Locked. Eugene must be running around trying to keep the hotel in one piece.
Ah, here's the elevator. I'm blind.
Hey, you.
Oh, hey, Beth. On break already?
Sadly, no. I have an express delivery to make to the 6th floor.
Isn't that Jacques or Andrew's job?
Well, they're both busy, so... What about you? I thought you'd be in 509.
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Oh, I see. Well, this has been quite the day so far, hasn't it? I can't remember the last time work was this interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it. That's not all, though. While I was looking for my keys, I found some graffiti on Linda's door.
What kind of graffiti are we talking about?
The words, hypocrite bitch, in red lipstick. I wonder who could have written it.
If I had to bet, I'd put my money on Wendy. Linda's been treating her like her personal punching bag as of late.
Yeah, Linda's been pretty bad to Wendy. I'm not surprised she snapped.
Remember that day when Wendy came to work with that gorgeous perm? The staff, the clients, everyone complimented her. Then Linda came along and sent her right back home to straighten it out because her cosmetic choices were distracting the clientele. Ugh.
I'm not trying to excuse her behavior, but I think Linda's under a lot of pressure right now. It can't be easy, managing so many people with Bernard breathing down your neck.
You know, I don't know how you do it, Sophie. Maybe it's because my empathy only goes so far, but I admire that you're able to feel for just about anyone.
I can flirt with her.
I like to put myself in other people's shoes, especially if they're people I find fascinating, like you.
Wow. The way you turned that compliment right back around at me was masterful. Well, this was a lovely chat, but I better see if Eugene is around maintenance. Hopefully he can help me find this thing for our esteemed guest.
Yeah, we both got a lot on our plates today.
I can't wait to find out more about our friends H&M. Take care.
You too.
Okay, so this way is 509. Oh yeah, I should read the things while I have a minute. Eugene. Eugene is in charge of the hotel's maintenance. Pretty much everyone likes him. He's friendly, hardworking, and does his job well. Anytime I've needed help, he's been happy to lend a hand. Since the renovation started, though, his usual good mood has lost some of its spark. I can see that Bernard's lofty expectations are weighing on him. I just hope he doesn't burn out. He doesn't deserve that. True. Rebecca works in the Clarington's laundry room. It's a tough job to do on your own, but she manages to get it done. She's a little withdrawn, which makes her an easy target for some of the other maids, but from what I can tell, she's sweet. I don't know how much I should buy into this, but there is word among the other maids that there is something going on between her and Bobby. I can't say I would have imagined that pair. Paul Morgan. Mr. Spade is a guest here at the hotel. He's staying in room 505. He seems to carry foam rolls around, and he was in such a rush to get somewhere today that he knocked over a vase in the lobby. But other than that, I don't know much about him. I can't deny that I'm curious to know more. Well, Sophie, asking you shall receive. Now I know Mr. Spade is a stalker. He's been stalking none other than me. I still can't believe those pictures of me in his bathroom are real. I found out the name our guest checked in under, Mr. Spade, is actually an alias. His real name is Paul Morgan. People don't check into hotels under an alias unless they have something to hide, right? He made a request to move to 507. I can't imagine why, other than having 2 beds. It isn't that different. He's been sending lots of letters to a woman named Lindsay. Who is she? Is he in love with her? It seems Lindsay has been dead for 2 years. That can't have been easy to learn. She was someone he was desperate to reach out to. It seems he's not only stalking me, but 2 hotel guests as well. He calls them M and H. He's followed them all around Montreal, taking extensive notes. If Beth and I are on the right track, the H&M Mr. Morgan has been tracking stands for Hector and Marcella Cruz. They are a married couple staying in 509. I've never met the Cruzes or have been in their room since they checked in, so I still have no idea what connection to Mr. Morgan has drawn between us. Breaking point. Beth and I agree that the graffiti left on Linda's door, hypocrite bitch, was more than likely Wendy's doing. I hate to say it, but Linda's given her enough to cause it all. Weeping Wendy. Wendy is not doing so well. She holed herself up in the bathroom, sobbing her heart out. I tried to comfort her and offered a listening ear if she ever needs it. I don't know how much it can help, but at least she knows she's not alone. Thank goodness Linda keeps a master key to the locker room, in the locker room in case of any of us ever misplaces our own set. I can now unlock 509. Hopefully I'll find the answers in there. While retrieving my keys from the basement, I found the words hypocrite bitch. I already read this. Oh, wait. Written on Linda's door, there's a recipe for drum if I've ever seen one. I wonder who's behind it. All signs point to 509. Sometimes I feel like Beth is the answer to everything. With the help of the logbook, we were able to figure out who the mysterious H&M are. 2 guests, Hector and Marcella Cruz, a married couple staying on the same floor as Mr. Spade from 509. I bet a quick look around their room will reveal something, but I need my keys, which I left downstairs, probably in the break room. Classic Sophie. 2 more targets. It looks like Mr. Morgan's stalking doesn't end with me. He's also following 2 hotel guests, M and H. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm grateful he only took pictures of me. He has extensive notes on M and H's coming and goings, like he's tracking their every move. I need to find out who they are and what we have in common. Maybe that will tell me why I'm caught up in all of this. Hopefully Beth can help, or at least reassure me that men like this get what's coming to them. False alarm. The phone ringing may as well have sounded a gunshot for how much it spooked me. I picked up, expecting reception to tell me Mr. Spade was on his way back up, but is Beth eager to hear more about what I'd found? I am a read in my head person, not a read aloud person. This is good practice, though. I appreciate her investment, but I had to make her promise not to call again barring a real emergency. This whole thing is far too nerve-wracking. Cracking the safe. Beth was right. Our guests did write down the safe combination, or at the very least, a reminder for it. I'm hoping that by looking around 505, I might be able to find clues to decipher it. Time to play detective. Being tracked. The map on the wall makes everything weirder. Every thread points to a place I visited recently. But what does it mean? Is this a series of wild coincidences, or am I being stalked? And if I am, why me of all people? Okay, so if we calm down, there has to be a rational explanation here. I just need to find it. Help Beth. I called Beth for help. She convinced me to keep digging and not to make any decisions just yet. Not until I have a better idea of why those photographs of me exist in the first place. After seeing those photos, it's hard not to feel like someone's watching me while I snoop, but I have to find out more. The safe seems like a logical place to start. Beth thinks our guests may have written down the combination somewhere. Okay. So I guess that these are just like quest cards, but I'm going to read them all. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't really... Shark letter, I already read that. Lucky Quinn financing letter, read that. Best dad mug. Teddy bears. They do look burnt. I wonder if their house burned down. They're just staying at the hotel now. Maybe he like burned down the house for insurance money. I'm getting into conspiracy theory territory. Stalker pictures. Pictures of me snooping through a guest suitcase. Pawn shop slip. Slip from a nearby pawn shop. Larry's pawn shop. Description of articles pawned. 1 World War II victory medal, bronze. Amount of loan, $15. Date of pawning, date of expiry. Name and address. Monthly interest. Rejection letters from an employer. I understand your situation. I'm sorry that you had to spend so many years in the hospital. However, that does not change the fact that you don't have the qualifications for the job, and even if you did, I could not hire someone in your situation. Other staff members simply would not feel safe around you. I would ask you not to contact me anymore. Sincerely, Jeremy Sandberg. Picture showing 2 men in military uniforms smiling in front of camp. In the back, a caption, 99th Infantry. Bird Encyclopedia. Stocking proof flyers, receipts, and tickets that seem to indicate I'm being followed outside of work. Hotel plan. Housekeeping 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Room service night mostly. Lobby boys 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. 3 p.m. to 5 now 6 p.m. Letters from Lindsay's mom. You have to stop writing this address. Lindsay died 2 years ago. I do not know what happened between the two of you, but please let us grieve in peace. Envelope pile. Got their addresses. Pills reminder. Don't forget to take your pills. Letter from Bernard. A letter from Bernard about a room transfer request. Room was occupied. Binoculars. Hospital discharge letter. Discharge letter from McCord Psychiatric Hospital. Discharge summary. Paul Morgan McCord Psychiatric Hospital in Syracuse, New York. Patient Paul W. Morgan. Male. Date of birth. Blah, blah, blah. So he's anxious. He has a character disorder. Chronic insomnia. Short-term memory loss. Hospital course. Patient initially admitted for a nervous breakdown. Patient displayed erratic behavior, mood swings, occasionally aggressive. Patient non-response to shock treatment. Yeah, this is part of it. Neither insulin or electric. Oh my god. Insulin is a very dangerous thing to try to shock somebody with. Do not do that. Patient condition improved after new medication. No shit. A 400 milligrams daily. Phenobarbital, 50 milligrams as may be required. So this is a PRN medication. 42 Army picture. A picture of a young military man's uniform in the caption. Paul 42. Do not forget to buy more film. Well, guess what? You're going to need to buy more now. Picture of a couple, probably M&H, entering the hotel. Arrived at hotel. Room not ready yet. Had to wait in lobby at 12:30. 2:45 p.m. M&H came in, both nicely dressed. M was holding a flower bouquet. 3:10 p.m. Room was finally ready. No sign of M&H. Decided to unpack. 6 p.m. Still no sign of M&H. Probably gone out again. 11:55 p.m. Unable to sleep. Heard weird noises from corridor. No idea what that was. Next day, 10:20 a.m. M&H arrived at the hotel's restaurant and ate a quick breakfast. M&H left the hotel, got in a taxi, tried to follow but had no money to get a cab at 10:35. At noon, found a pawn shop that had some money. No idea where M&H went. 5:40 p.m. spotted M&H entering the hotel with shopping bags. 6:10 p.m. found M&H eating in the hotel's restaurant. 6:25 p.m. H left for the bathroom. M exchanged a few words with a woman and child. Oh, with a woman with child. 7 p.m. H and M left the restaurant, probably turning in for the night. Decided to do the same. 11:40 p.m. Unable to sleep again. Heard someone exiting room 507, but did not hear the elevator. 11:15 a.m. Jesus, this guy is like all in their business. M&H arrived at the hotel's restaurant for breakfast. M&H left the hotel to get into a taxi, followed them to a place called Mount Royal at 10:45 a.m. 11 a.m. M&H went skating on a small frozen lake. Fell on the ice while trying to take a picture. He might have seen me. H might have seen me. 11:30 p.m. M&H had to leave because of the snowstorm. 1:50 p.m. M&H arrived at the hotel shortly after me. H looked angry. Something happened during the taxi ride, but what? 7:20 p.m. No sign of M&H since early afternoon. Tonight, we'll try to find out Who's sneaking out at night? Skating picture. A gun with a European look. What if he was a Nazi all along? $509.
No combination, no entry. More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb.
Tuxedo, pair of pants, 2 skirts, and a tie. Oh, somebody was sleeping on the couch. Good for you, queen. That must have been the guy. I feel like the lady would have lipstick. And keeping track of the expenses. Future me, put up some conversions, see how expensive the strip was. Discover historic and gay Montreal. Man, I should go to Montreal.
This person looking for you back in Texas. Was he really just a coworker?
I guess their renewal was an elopement. I will read that later.
Wow. You look like a couple out of a magazine.
They're pretty cute. Oh, that's on Valentine's Day. Okay, they're religious.
Someone's been sleeping here. I should leave it as it is. Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written. Mrs. Cruz got her personal information stolen. Is Mr. Morgan behind it?
Dear Mrs. Cruz, we wish to apologize on behalf of our company for the privacy breach that occurred on the 25th of September, and thank you for calling it to our attention. We're currently investigating the breach and trying to understand how this individual was able to obtain your personal information. Rest assured that we will put measures in place to make sure that the situation does not repeat itself. Your privacy is, and always will be, one of our top priorities. Harold Fine and John Weissman. SOS 5. There's an 8.
Who could blame you for seeking help? I do the same. These scribbles don't look random, but I can't figure out what they mean.
I'm gonna guess 508. Belts. Sleepwear.
Hello? Hello? Beth? Is that you?
Oh god, they're a pervert.
Clarington Hotel reception desk.
Beth?
Sophie?
Did you just call me?
No, I didn't.
Then who called?
What do you mean, who called?
Someone just called, and they said nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
Whoa. The creeporama just keeps on going, doesn't it? Hold on. Hey, Archie.
What's up?
Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so turns out Archie here patched a call through to 509 moments ago.
Did he recognize the caller's voice?
You think it might have been Mr. Morgan?
Yeah.
Let me ask. Okay, so it was a man's voice, but he can't be sure if it was our creep.
Did he notice anything else?
He says he heard a faint bell in the background. It sounded like the elevator's bell, so he assumed the caller was one of our clients.
You didn't see Mr. Morgan come back to the hotel, did you?
No. I understand why you're creeped out, but I don't see how he could possibly know you're in 509. I didn't say a word to anyone.
I know you didn't.
It's literally on the cart.
Can you ask Andrew not to patch any calls here for a while?
Trust me, I will.
Thanks. I haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Oh, before you go, I have some more info for you. I was going over the details of our little mystery when I remembered something. About this morning.
What is it?
I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all by her lonesome, not too long after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby.
Really? Do you know what time it was exactly?
I think Mr. Morgan left around 10, so I'm guessing between then and 10:05. What?
I remember hearing a loud noise on the 5th floor right around that time. Like a door slamming really hard.
Do you think it was her?
Maybe. Did you notice anything weird about her?
You mean, other than the fact that she was walking straight into a snowstorm?
Yeah?
Well, I've only ever seen her with her husband. It seemed unusual that she'd be leaving alone. But now that I think about it, maybe she was sneaking out. Or following Mr. Morgan.
Yeah. Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you will. Call me as soon as you find something.
Okay. Thanks for the info.
Those life and fire insurance. Did I clean the toilet in the last room? I don't remember. Ah. What is this? Oh.
It's some kind of code. Could I break it?
Well, I know that this letter has a bit of code.
Oh, that's one of the symbols.
So W is 8, O is 5. S is an equal. And
These pearls, they look absolutely gorgeous on you. Though, I bet you could make anything look good. I'll hold off on throwing this out just yet. What were you apologizing for? And were you forgiven? These are lovely. I wish you'd had more confidence in yourself. Yes, more of these symbols. Just what I was looking for. Am I reading this right? The account's been emptied.
Do they have any music?
Looks like someone had quite the shopping spree. W. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her.
Nothing in the Bible, God's Word? Are they right on the menu? What am I missing?
This looks right up Andrew's alley. I wonder if he's read this one. Yeah. I think these match the symbols on the papers I collected.
So... Any pluses?
That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols, maybe.
I don't want to go to that room for codes. Oh, it's a splash of paint. I want to say this is an A. No. Maybe this is an L. I will...
That yarn map Mr. Morgan has on the wall of 505. Weren't there some peculiar doodles? Symbols.
Can I call the front desk and let her know that I'm going there?
I should wait till I have more to report before...
I want her to cover for me. .505 is still open?
Yes, these are part of the same set. I think I can use this.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm stressed.
I should keep an eye out for those symbols.
Oh, I was right about the L's. A is 2. I will lean. Is 6. Oh wait, U is 6. Maybe 7 is T? No, not Y. Oh. Your room. Okay. G is V. I will leave something here. N? I will leave notes in the vent next to your
notes in the vent next to your
Oh man. I'm so dumb.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey Beth, it's me.
Hey, so how did the snooping go? Find anything?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
A secret code? Well, spill the beans. What did it say?
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? Who the hell does that?
I don't know, but whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in 12 pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruzes are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think one of them's having an affair?
I don't know. It really looks like
I really think it's blackmail.
Blackmail? What makes you say that?
I found a bank statement belonging to Mrs. Cruz. Her account was emptied very recently.
Ooh, that's interesting. But it could mean a lot of things.
What do you mean?
Well, people need their money, especially when they're traveling. Although I have to admit, withdrawing all of it does seem a bit strange. Is that all you've got to back your theory?
I also found a letter from some sort of company, Fernie and Weissman. It mentions a security breach.
Targeting the Cruzes?
Just the wife. It seems some of her private information was stolen by someone.
A large withdrawal and a security breach? That can't be a coincidence. Maybe they got something on Mrs. Cruz. Something so bad she had to empty her bank account just to shut them up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I see it, yeah. It could be blackmail for sure. Do you think Mr. Morgan's the blackmailer?
What if the Cruzes hired him to find the blackmailer's identity?
Well, if that's the case, he's pretty lousy at it. I mean, he's taking pictures of them. Stalking them. I'd call that following the wrong target.
Maybe he hopes to catch the blackmailer the next time he gets in touch with them.
Maybe.
I'll go have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message. Just to be sure we're on the right track.
Yeah, good idea, Bean. I'm about to go on break, so if you need my help again, just ask Andrew to patch you through to the break room.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Oh, I will.
Oh, I probably should have written down that code. I'm sure it'll be important later, and I just threw it away. I want to clean the floors here.
did you? No. Why on earth would I go there? I just thought... Oh, never mind.
Oh, good. I saved that woman's job. I'm not gonna interrupt them fucking.
Looks like plaster for the renovations. Better not play with it. Blocking the stairs seems dangerous. What if the elevator breaks down again?
A vent near the room.
Can't open these without a screwdriver.
Time to visit Eugene. Let's take a reading break. Ticket for Clangton's laundry service. Trip expenses. Calendar. Okay, bank appointment. Notary appointment. Must have been doing business. Arrived at the hotel. Wedding anniversary. Oh, they got married on February 14th. My parents' second date was on Valentine's Day. Letter from Hector's mother. Dear son, I can't believe you decided to renew your vows so far away from the family. Your father and I are very disappointed. And sorry your sister's Montreal. What a strange destination. I would not be surprised if it was another one of your wife's ideas. I met Lucina in town yesterday. She has 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls, and is pregnant with her 6th. Juan has bought them a nice house in the corner of Prado and Ramos. Imagine if you had married her like you were supposed to. You would have had your own family by now. Yesterday, I also drove by your home to get the mail. As I was leaving, I met a man who was looking for you. I think he's one of your colleagues from work, but I am not sure. I told him you were in Montreal and would be back next week. When do you come back exactly? I hope you can be there for your uncle's birthday birthday party on Friday. I will make your favorite cake. Wow, not even the uncle's favorite cake. Unless everybody just likes that particular cake in their family, which isn't surprising sometimes. Dulce de leche, pretty good. Okay, that was about the data breach. Stack of business cards for Hector. He is an insurance agent. Folded piece of loose leaf paper left on the table next to an uneaten meal. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Vow renewal attempts. A series of vows written and crossed out on a sheet of loose leaf. I still love you as much as I did on the day I met you. I will always remember the first time I saw you in the beautiful blue-red dress I guess he forgot what color her dress was. It seems like only yesterday when I first... 10 years ago, I promised I would always love you, and Today I vow to pledge again what I pledged 10 years ago. That's kind of corny. Everything changed the day you came in my life. I hope it will change again when a new member comes to our Oh, she might be pregnant. I hope we can soon expand our family. You know how important family is to me. I have a feeling she might have miscarried. Oh, that's not... I laugh inappropriately, guys. Guys, don't cancel me on twitter.com. Jeez, I've been recording for 2 hours. Oh no. A newspaper clipping, most likely used as a bookmark. Pills provide birth control. Development of a contraceptive pill believed to be an ultimate form of birth control was reported yesterday to a group of journalists. The pill was tested among 218 women. Despite reports of some undesirable effects, Dr. Christopher Allen said the pill shows greater promise for the future. Members of the clergy have already... I guess I continue later. Statement summarizing transactions made in Marcella Cruz's bank account. I'm just reading all these outside the room where they're fucking... I can't stop hanging out there. This is a lot of money, even by today's standards. Please retain this statement for tax purposes. Charge will be made for additional copies. Financial statement from the firm available at your personal inspection of its offices, or copy will be mailed upon request. Crime novel. A novel with a cover depicting a woman touching a cracked mirror with the silhouette of a mysterious figure behind her. Margot B. Thompson, Stranger in the Night. She thought she was tracking a killer, but the killer was tracking her instead. The Horizontal Men. Stranger in the Night, Beast in View. It had to be murder. Murder! Note torn apart and scattered in 3 different trash cans. I think I was supposed to save a copy of that key. To the basement.
I might be able to find a screwdriver in the janitor's closet.
I can't call the elevator. Hector Cruz. Morgan's shorthand for H. The other Cruz and the husband to Marcella, they splurged on a suite, but I know it's not to assume that it's a sign of a happy marriage, especially when somebody made up a couch in the living room. Tension in their room is palpable. Hector works in insurance back in Texas. He must have taken some time off for a trip in Montreal. Hector's mother is definitely the pushy type, judging by a letter she sent. Seems that the Cruzes are in town so that they can renew their vows, and from the looks of it, Hector's mother really wants him to hurry up and give her grandchildren. I'm suddenly grateful that Mom is never so pushy with me. She also mentions that someone's been looking for Hector. Maybe I'm just being a hammer looking for a nail, but could it have anything to do with Mr. Morgan and his stalking? I'm starting to think that someone is after the Cruzes and their money. If they have something on either of the Cruzes, it would be easy enough to resort to blackmail. But what do they have, and why target Hector and Marcella in particular? Marcella Cruz, or the M in Mr. Morgan's journal. One half of a couple staying in one of the suites. There are more than a few hints in their room that isn't exactly a second honeymoon of their dreams. She's clearly caught up in something. Marcella has a letter from Fern and Weissman, containing an apology for some kind of security breach. I don't know what that means exactly, but it can't be anything good. My mind immediately went to Mr. Morgan. Has the stalking really gone so far? Marcella has a bank account in her own name, according to the statement tucked away in her jewelry box. The last transaction she made was a withdrawal of the entirety of her savings. Does Mr. Cruz know about this account? How did she make this much money? What plans does she have that involves $5,000 in cash? Did she withdraw the money willingly? So many questions. If someone is going after the Cruzes with blackmail material are they targeting Marcella? Whatever is going on with her, it's clear that she has some secrets she feels the need to protect. I just hope that she is not in some kind of danger. I guess I was hoping that whoever was leaving these notes had left the vent grid open. No such luck. I need to find a screwdriver to get it open, which shouldn't be too difficult of a task. I think there's a janitor's closet nearby. Okay. Called up Beth. Throw out the idea that Mrs. Cruz is being blackmailed. I hope I'm wrong. There are too many signs to ignore. I'm going to see if I can figure out which vent they are talking about. Maybe be lucky enough to find some notes and see how much water the theory holds. I did it. I will leave this note in the vent next to your room. Not too bad for one hotel maid, if I say so myself. As for what it all means, I might need some extra help with that. Anything with coffers, there's a bank statement tucked away in Mr. Cruz's jewelry box. From the looks of it, she withdrew every last cent in her name. Maybe things are different in Texas. I highly doubt it. Texas? Way too conservative. Somebody left a note on the table apologizing for something. One of the Cruzes clearly wronged the other, or thinks they did. I don't know anything more about it. I'm sorry, forgive me. 5 little words can say so much. Oh, I should try to open that suitcase. But where's the janitor's closet? Was it over here? That's just another room. The floor squeaking scares me. There's supposed to be a janitor's closet. Oh. I'm dumb. I'm blind. Eugene, Bernard tells me.
Huh? That means Eugene's probably working in Bernard's office right now.
There's a small cold draft coming from the window, and it's turning the office into a freezer. Fixing this should be your highest priority today, Linda.
Sounds like Eugene asked Bernard to stop opposing the construction of the new psychiatric hospital. And Bernard was Bernard.
Dear Eugene, I was unaware of your daughter's condition. I can only imagine how difficult it must be for you and your wife, but do not worry. You only have to look at my brother to see how rotten apples grow, even in the best of families. As for your request, I'm afraid I'm unable to grant it. Mr. Weston has been both a good friend of mine and a benefactor of the Clearington, so it would be inappropriate for me to oppose him. Also, considering his great influence in the city, I have no doubt he will manage to prevent the hospital's construction no matter what. Thank you. Aww. Shop owners against the new mental hospital. A group of downtown Montreal businessmen and shop owners met the mayor, Sardo Fournier, last week to air their grievances concerning the city's recent decision to allow construction of a new mental hospital on Doshner Boulevard. William Weston, manager of Weston Department Store, says he and his group will fight tooth and nail to I already read this, didn't I? The hospital would be the first of its kind in Montreal, as patients would be free to come and go as they please. Mr. David Blunt, the young psychiatrist behind the initiative, believes that allowing patients to maintain connection with the outside world will facilitate their full return to society once treatment is over.
Oh, Eugene. I had no idea.
Dear Eugene, a friend of mine has heard from her hairdresser, who's heard from her sister-in-law, who works as a secretary to the mayor, that the city plans on building a new mental hospital right next to the Clearington. Imagine. Denise could get the care she needs while staying close to home. It's almost too good to be true. I don't dare get my hopes up, but still, I'll keep my ear to the ground and keep you posted as soon as I have more news. Best wishes, Joyce.
I've never seen two people more suited for each other. Wait, Sophie, you don't need these. Be careful. It's a slippery slope towards becoming a hoarder. Huh, this must be Eugene with his daughter. He looks like a caring father. Shoot, no screwdriver. What's life without a little challenge?
What is that? Oh, it's like a threaded something. Type A.
Eugene's a pro at fixing the fuse box whenever there's a power outage.
I wonder if there's consequences for just leaving all the faucets on all the time. According to the note from Linda in the janitor's closet, fixing the broken window in Bernard's office is Eugene's highest priority today. Since he's not around, he must be dealing with that. He knows better than to ignore a direct order from Linda. Time to head to the lair of the beast, I suppose. After the cruise.
Eugene must be down in Bernard's office. I should go ask him for a screwdriver.
Oh, God. I'm guessing that's Mr. Spade. Oh, Bernard.
It's, Miss Belivet, isn't it?
What? Oh, Roy.
Oh, right. You're the one who took last week off, aren't you? You had to, take care of your sister, I think?
Mother. My mother. She's very sick.
No, I hope this doesn't become a recurring thing. I need to know I can count on you.
I understand, sir.
What are you doing here, anyway? Are you on break?
No. I'm just getting a screwdriver.
A screwdriver? What for?
Loose vent.
Well, that sounds like a job for Eugene, doesn't it?
Yes. You're right.
Then leave the repairs to him.
Okay. I will.
Well, don't you look mischievous. Hey, Bean. If you're planning to give Bernard a good scare, sign me up.
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Oh, I see.
Eugene?
What the hell? You'd better go and take a look. I'll stand guard by the elevator, and make some noise if I see Bernard coming.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick.
sneak out for a smoke.
Opposing something that could help so many people just because it's close to your hotel? This is ridiculous.
Dear Mr. Weston, I would like to thank you again for agreeing to this partnership. Blah, blah, blah. Enjoy the cold, you cold-hearted prick.
Aha! Let's get you to that vent.
I know that he's trying to send a message, but...
This does not look like a nice brotherly check-in. I had no idea things with this blizzard. Bernard's office will be a skating rink by the end of the day. Best to avoid that. Ew. Is this...
Linda! You dirty girl!
Surely your break is over by now.
No, it's not.
I came by here not too long ago, and Andrew was already covering for you.
That's because I was in the ladies' room.
That's no excuse to...
It's my time of the month.
uh,
You're married, aren't you? So you know how it is. I have to go more often, and sometimes I stain the furniture, and don't get me started on all the...
That's enough details. Miss Belovit, what were you doing in my office?
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Huh. Must have been Eugene. Well, don't you have work to do?
Yes, sir.
Then get to it.
Mr. Drake has asked to see you.
Again? God, he just can't get enough of me, can he?
Just indulge him. Apologize one more time for Friday's mishap. Do whatever needs to be done. We cannot afford to lose such loyal guests.
Okay, fine. That was a close one.
Yeah, I had a few cold sweats, but at least I found what I was looking for.
Good. Well, if you need me, I'll be attending to the whims and worries of our entitled client... guests. Don't be a stranger.
Okay, well, I will finish reading all these notes and open the vent in the next episode. Bye-bye!